Hi, this is Keron Bhattacharya. I'm reading from my novel Reincarnation in the Holy Land, Chapter 6. There is high-tech, low-tech, and no-tech in 21st century India. Four men and their supervisor are trying to dig a hole in the ground. Not just any hole, but a bore 400 feet deep to get a supply of clean water, which is hard to come by in modern Calcutta. Rina hasn't been all that keen on anyone digging a hole in her back garden. She still maintains it is her back garden, and she is reluctant to share it with her brother-in-law. Of course, she has some justification for her anger. To make room for their digging, the workers had to remove a dead mango tree, which apparently used to produce sweet mangoes in years gone by. The tree, instead of growing straight, bent halfway up almost at a right angle, so that no other nearby trees could enjoy their natural growth, and that made it even more awkward for the diggers to preserve it for posterity. Your brother had great affection for that tree. If he were alive, he wouldn't have been allowed to destroy it so cavalierly. Although he tries to ignore her stinging comment, some deep-rooted anger against his brother makes it impossible for him to remain calm. Years ago in England, he remarks sarcastically, I used to take a bus to work and pay 40 pence, which I thought was the right fare for the journey. One day, a new conductor claimed 10 pence more. So I said, I always pay 40 pence for this. Do you know what he said? He said, goodness me, you owe me an awful lot of money then, don't you? Rina Bodhi's blank face indicates she hasn't appreciated the metaphor. I don't understand your language, she says. You are highly educated, and I am not. What I am saying is that had I not fallen in love with Carol and stayed back in England, I would have built this house 40 years ago, and you would have been deprived of eating sweet mangoes for all those years. Rina Bodhi isn't amused. She strides off to express her irritation. The entire day, the workmen continue digging the hole with a sharp and narrow digger held by a clamp, around which they have tied 4 bamboo poles. The men are going round and round, chanting a harambi. After digging to a certain depth, they undo the bamboo poles, readjust the clamp, and start again. The 5th man is stooping near the hole and feeding in cow dung in a methodical manner, a heap of which, gathered nearby, is giving off an obnoxious smell. Apparently, the cow dung is an essential ingredient for obtaining clean and uncontaminated water. Rina Bodhi shrills in frustration as digging continues and moans about her lack of power brought about by her husband's premature death. Towards the evening, something goes amiss in the digging, which becomes apparent as the diggers stop work and start shouting at each other. Soon, their altercation creates such a racket that he is forced to intervene. What's the matter? We have lost the pipes. What do you mean you have lost the pipes? They try to explain it to him. After each length of digging, they are inserting a fresh pipe to take it to the next stage. Unfortunately, the thread of one of the pipes must have loosened somewhere along the line, and the pipes are lost. What's the solution? He asked, agitated. We won't be able to recover the pipes. A new hole has to be dug. So the lost pipes will remain there forever? Yes, sir. The very thought is far too disturbing for him to remain calm, because a kind of permanency exists in this failure. I am not going to pay you for your silly incompetence, he shouts. Wearing a grim face, the supervisor apologizes. It's not our fault, Sahib. The land is cursed. What the hell are you talking about? We need to offer a special prayer to Bhumi Mata, the goddess who owns all the land on this earth. You must give us 400 rupees for the puja. I'm not paying you a flipping paisa more. He is determined not to surrender to such dark superstition. In that case, there will be no digging. The supervisor seems adamant that an appropriate puja must be performed. Give him the money. Dinabodhi now interjects. It's safer to keep all the gods and goddesses happy. His resolve is now crumbling. He knows that he has to get the work done. I'll pay 100 rupees for the puja and no more. No, Sahib. The supervisor shakes his head determinedly, which leaves little doubt in anyone's mind that a favour from the goddess could not be bought so cheaply. After a great deal of haggling, they settle for 200 rupees, though a few of the workers still question the adequacy of the sum for this important puja. After all, the purpose of the puja is to achieve success. They try to reason with the Sahib. What's the point of half doing the job? Dinabodhi adds her voice too, but fails to convince the NRI. As the diggers leave for the evening, Dinabodhi embarks on her monologues about the good fortune the dead mango tree had brought to the family, and how its removal is already causing catastrophe. She loudly predicts that more tragedies will befall them before long. Her shrill voice and the gloomy prediction irritate him, and he shuts his bedroom door to get away from it. But he himself is no longer confident about the wisdom of having that mango tree removed. Thank you.